Hi guys, it's Sean, and it's Class 2 Video 2, the 3-day mini profile. Okay, so the 3-day mini profile is definitely a key to our business. So number one, so what we'll do this week, I'm gonna go over a few things about the 3-day mini profile that'll just help you maybe have a few behind the scenes reasons why we do things, as well as maybe a few things in your pocket of, oh yeah, I wanna make sure I do that. And then we will role play on our call this week a section of the 3-day mini profile, and I'll get to that in a minute. So first of all, a few key things, and I'm just gonna take a peek at my notes here. So a few key things. Number one, watch the Top 24 Coaching. Go to www.top24coaching.com and watch the actual 3-day trial mini profile. Watch it a few times. If you've watched it before, watch it again. And just start practicing your language with that. The more you pick up, the more confident you will become. Number two, make sure that you're prepared. You've got your 3-day trial packet. You've printed out the wellness profile form. You've printed out the welcome letter, the snack list, and the dinner list, and you've put that in your trial packs. Number three, you want to make sure that you keep your profile to 15 minutes, 20 minutes max. I always say 15 to 20 minutes. The biggest thing is what happens sometimes. Well, we want to keep in mind that people are busy. So we want to respect their time. We want to respect your time. And we don't want to give the person too much information right up front because they become overwhelmed. So here's my key. This kind of goes along with handling objections. If someone says, and they start asking a lot of questions, what you can say is, okay, those are all really great questions. So address their concerns. They're really great questions. Let's just hold those to day 4. So we want to get you set up for success for the 3 days, and then we'll address those. Some of your questions probably be answered during the 3 days, and the rest we'll answer on day 4 during your appointment. Okay, so it's very important also to keep your question asking more like conversational rather than interrogational. So as you're asking them questions as you go through your profile form, just keep it, pay attention to how you say things and try to keep it as conversational as possible rather than drill sergeant-like. Like, what'd you have for breakfast? What'd you have for lunch? What'd you have for dinner? No, how about more like, tell me about, tell me what time you got up this morning. Okay, great. What did you have for breakfast? Great. And you write it down. And if they say, oh, I had, a cup of coffee, you can also say then at that point, okay, so tell me how many cups of coffee do you typically have in a day? And then you can write that in the coffee section. And then you can also say, do you drink that black with cream and sugar? Just very soft, rounded, and conversational. Good? That's also really another point where I'd like to add, making sure that you keep your poker face on. So if it's not necessary to say, it's absolutely necessary not to say anything. So for instance, if someone tells you about their day, they had Big Macs, they had 3 cheeseburgers, they had, a large malt, they have Starbucks grandes every day. If they tell you some crazy things, keep it very like, gosh, no problem. Don't even comment, just write it down and be like, okay, great, what'd you have next? Okay, super. Do you put, do you put salad dressing on that salad? Or, how many, teaspoons of sugar do you add to your coffee? Ask questions, but be very like, it's no big deal. You've heard it all before. So that and the reason why we want to do this is so that they feel really comfortable telling us the truth always. So like, as we go into their full program and then they come back for a day 7 appointment, if they didn't get results, we can ask them some questions about, okay, so tell me what you had for breakfast. And then they'll be like, oh yeah. And it might also be a time where you start food logging with them. But again, you want, even if they're food logging, you want them to feel comfortable in writing everything down and just knowing that you as their coach will maybe give them some ideas or suggestions for improvement, but not criticize them or judge them for what they're doing. Okay, make sure you use the 3-day trial flipbook, because that is going to teach people that it's very easy, that we have an easy business, and they might think, oh gosh, I can go through a flipbook. It will also teach your team that using the flipbook is very duplicatable. Okay, give me 1 minute here. Good, 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 we got that. Okay, so we also want to always charge $20. So whether someone is local or long distance and you have to ship it, still charge a flat $20 rate for the 3-day trial. So again, sometimes we make a little, sometimes we might not make any money on the 3-day trial. It's all about just getting it out and, you know, getting product in a person's mouth, and the $20 is a great way to sample the product, basically. Scheduling your day 1 appointment and your day 4. So scheduling their day 1, I should say, when they're going to start day 1, and then their day 4 recheck. Couple of things to think about. If someone says, oh, I really want to start on Saturday, you might know that maybe a Saturday isn't the best day, but maybe you say, okay, rather than say, oh, I want everybody to start on Monday, maybe say instead, gosh, tell me what you've got going on this weekend. Okay, oh yeah, that's right, I have a party with my husband on Saturday night. Oh, we'll probably have a couple glasses of wine. Then you can say, gosh, maybe we should have you start on Monday, and you can go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we can meet again on day 4 and take it from there. That way, it's kind of like you guiding them, but at least they still had an opportunity to think about maybe what day they wanted to start. Now, of course, be flexible. Some people might really need to start on a Friday and go Friday, Saturday, Sunday and meet with you on Monday. But in general, if you can get people on kind of a same system, you can then save yourself some time with your follow-up, because you can do it all at the same time and everybody's on the same day. So speaking of follow-up, a couple of key things. You probably want to consider having a file or an album on your phone with the photos or the photo images from Top 24 Coaching, so that it's easy to send that out, whether it's the day, how to make a great shake, maybe it's the water, the snacks, the dinner, or the carbs, the protein and the carbs. So that is in an album and easy to grab and send. The other thing you might want to consider doing is either looking into WordBoard. So Google that if you don't know what it is. It's an app for, at least for iPhones, or saving in your notes on your phone the text for each of the follow-up days, so that you can copy and paste and maybe personalize it a little bit, but you don't have to retype it. So those are 2 tips. And then prior to your day 4 appointment, utilizing again www.day4program.com, which comes from top24coaching.com. Okay, so then here's what we're going to do. So as I wrap this up, I just want to, have you remember that the goal is to have a very efficient 3-day mini profile where you're being very conversational with your potential long-term client. You're building rapport, and they know that you're a confident wellness coach. And then what we're going to do on the call is we're actually going to role play the section where you set them up on their 3 days. So meaning you go through the letter, the snack list, and the dinner list. You set them up on their 3 days. You schedule their day 4 appointment, and you collect the $20. All right, excited to see you on the call.